He's a successful businessman and a household name. But do we really know Sir Alan Sugar?
I can only describe Alan as terrifying.
Just can't stand bullshitters.
Very blunt, very straightforward.
But some of his views, I think, go back to the Stone Age.
Tough, isn't it? Whether it brings in any bloody money is another story.
I've been given unprecedented access to Sir Alan's private world.
That action pulls us back, and this one pushes us down.
I'll be finding out how he built a billion-pound empire, bringing computers to every high street.
There's no rocket science in this computer stuff, right? And that, I think, is why we were so successful, because of that philosophy.
It's just a pity we haven't got more people like him in Britain.
But after great success, Sir Alan's electronics empire fell apart.
It dealt a very deep wound to Amstrad, from which really it never recovered. Yes, he was very deeply affected by it.
Sir Alan's closest family talk for the first time.
He just came home one day and said to me, I've bought Tottenham Hotspur. I went mad.
At work and at home, I'll be meeting the real Sir Alan.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Sir Alan. I'd imagined my first meeting with Sir Alan would be like something from the world of The Apprentice. But that was only in my dreams. The reality was the 913 from Liverpool Street. That's not glamorous, is it? My destination, Brentwood in Essex. In the real world, this unlikely office block is Sugar's headquarters.
Hello, Fiona.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. How are you?
All right, thanks, you.
Yeah, come in here. This is my war room for the last 25 odd years.
So this is where the work really... But no longer. Sugar is moving out soon because he sold his electronics company Amstrad to Sky. He says he has no regrets.
You can't get too emotional about these things. I mean, I suppose perhaps I'm a heartless person, I don't know. But do you think I should be emotional? I should be crying as I walk up the stairs, or
well,
sobbing?
I don't think it would be for me to say. In the 1980s, Sugar drove Amstrad from success in hi-fi to even greater success in computers. They still make electronics here for the satellite television business.
Hello, Mike. Busy?
Very busy, yes.
Sugar can visit, but he isn't the boss anymore. Today, most of Sugar's money is in property, over £500 million worth, according to a recent rich list. I'm told that some of these you just bought sight unseen. Is that right?
Sometimes, yeah. Get a piece of paper, a brochure. Buy them from a brochure, yeah.
But does it excite you, the investing your money in this being your business, like Amstrad did?
No. What's the exciting part is buying them and selling them. Holding them is very boring.
Alan Sugar's is a classic rags to riches story. He was born in this North London estate. There were already 3 children in the family when 12 years on, Faye and Nathan Sugar discovered there was going to be a 4th.
He was my little baby brother. He had big eyes and a corkscrew curl right down the centre. And we used to pull it out. We used to retract. Mopsy, that's what we used to call him. Mopsy.
Nathan Sugar was in the rag trade, but work was unpredictable.
My father was constantly out of work, he was frightened where the next penny's coming from, I should think.
And were you very conscious of the anxieties about money?
Yes, I think I was, yeah.
As a boy, Sugar started earning his own money with a stream of odd jobs.
We had a greengrocer down the road, Charlton's, and Alan used to go there Friday evening and used to boil all the beetroots.
We set up our own beetroot boiling vat in Sugar's garage.
One of the first things was to get this thing, fill it up with water, chuck the beetroots in, set the thing alight, and go off and do all my other tasks. By the time they were finished, this was boiling away, had to test them out to see whether they're ready or not.
Should we see if one's cooked now?
Yeah.
We've got some, listen, don't pick it out, I've got some tongs here. Oh.
Now you see that one, yeah, that's done, because its skin is peeling off nicely, so that'll be ready for sale.
Should we try a bit?
There you go, a beautiful beetroot. That's it. Hot beetroot. Lovely smell. Mmm, very nice. Brings me back to the old days. Gordon Ramsay, eat your heart out.
I'm back in the world of Sir Alan, as seen on TV. But this time, it's for real. I'm at a private part at Stansted Airport at 6:30 in the morning. This is Sir Alan's plane, complete with personalised registration. Do you ever think, I'm Alan Sugar, I used to boil beetroot and work in a grocer's shop, but now look at me, I'm on my own private jet?
Yeah, I think, yeah, I do, yeah, I do.
I mean, this is the way you travel now, isn't it? You don't, I mean, do you go to normal airports, Heathrow, and get on a normal plane these days?
No, I mean, if I have to be ashamed of one thing, I'm going to admit that my one luxury that I decided upon is I am never going to stand again in a zoo.
And why do you say if I have to be ashamed of anything?
Well, because, you know, I come from Hackney, from Clapton, and this, that, and the other, and I wasn't born with a silver spoon in my mouth, but I don't know, it's just that kind of guilt, if you understand what I mean.
It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard...
After beetroot boiling came a flurry of teenage enterprises. The young Sugar even turned out to be rather a good photographer. But when he left school aged 17, his father insisted he work in the civil service. Sugar hated it and was soon working for a company that sold electrical goods to London shops. Did you think, when you became a full-time salesman, I've now found my vocation in life?
I felt, I knew that sales was it. That's where I was going to make some money. Sales and what I was selling. Yeah, I was a salesman, yeah.
Soon he was confident enough to quit his job and sell for himself. He's never worked for anyone since. I've been invited to accompany Sugar on a whistle-stop tour of the North. First stop, Manchester.
No problem, just call me on the mobile, I'm on it all day, yeah?
We're bound for an electronics business Sugar has just bought.
Rightio, thanks, bye.
But he made the most important deal of his life when he was just 21. She was called Anne Simons. Was he romantic? Did he woo you?
No. Alan's definitely not the romantic type. Definitely not. He wasn't the normal run of boys of that age. He was always a bit different.
And what was different about him?
What was different? His manners. There weren't many. He was just very straight. He was just very straight. I just wasn't used to that type of thing. But but that's what I liked about him. Don't know why, but I did.
But Anne's parents weren't so keen.
In her parents' mind, I wasn't catch it a month. It's the old thing, they would rather have an accountant or a lawyer or a doctor.
They just thought I could do better. I wouldn't say they wouldn't think he was good enough, they just thought I could have done better.
The young couple were married anyway. Thanks to Alan's work and Anne's hairdressing job, they could buy a house, moving up the social ladder to the suburbs in Redbridge. Within a few years, there were 3 little Sugars, Simon, Daniel and Louise. What kind of a dad were you?